Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What do you do when your whole family is full of Trump supporters and you are not? Have you ever seen What We Do in the Shadows? Be an energy vampire. Pick a subject you know a lot about. When the word Trump is spoken, wait, make it seem natural, and insert your topic in all its minutiae. For me, that might be dogs. Did you know Trump had a childhood dog? Quote, all heads turn with great interest. It was a Cocker Spaniel. Did you know Cocker Spaniels were the most popular dog from 1940 to 1949? This surprised me because I thought they became popular because of the movie Lady and the Tramp. But I found out the movie was a result of the popularity. But that just isn't like how I imagined it. If I would have made that movie, I would have made Lady party-colored. Did you know that it's possible that a Cocker Spaniel came over on the Mayflower? Quote, everyone has already dispersed. I can hear Colin Robinson. Gum's gotten mintier lately, have you noticed? My father sends me more right-focused political emails than I typically get in text, call spam from solicitors. I emailed him back after a couple weeks of it saying, hello. I'm having trouble finding your unsubscribe button on any of the previous emails you've sent me. Please take me off your list. That shut him up. I had an aunt that would include me in mass emails with batshit right-wing bullshit. I started replying to all debunking the claims. After 2 or 3 times I stopped getting the emails. I did this exact same thing with my uncle. He would send mass emails to his contact list, so I could see every email address he forwarded to. So I would copy and paste all of the emails and send articles debunking his awful, racist, inflammatory FWDs to all of his friends. It worked like a charm. Here's what I sent my mom after she sent me some inane garbage. We are Canadian. To be honest with you, Mom, articles like this are the very things that are making our country so divided and angry at one another. This is just attack after attack with not a single beneficial idea behind it. Written to stoke the outrage of people who are already constantly mad about everything. I could easily write a similar article about every single conservative premier in this country. But what purpose would it serve other than to make half the country mad and the other half nod in smug agreement? He rails on vaccines without mentioning the Harper government is who drastically cut our funding for research and development of vaccines on LTC homes when those are provincial responsibilities and the feds had to send in the military just to deal with that clusterfuck. Don't even get me started on Keystone, which Biden campaigned on canceling but Alberta decided to invest a few billion into anyways. Even though the writing was on the wall that Trump was on the way out. Trudeau has spent billions trying to save pipelines and somehow people view him as anti-oil because he can't wave a magic wand and make them appear. I really worry about the information you get and how it makes you view the world. Do you remember when you came back from Florida and you weren't feeling good? I asked if you thought you had corona and you replied, I think they are just trying to scare us. Quote, you shouldn't be worried about whoever they is, and instead think about how wherever you got that sentiment from led you to believe this pandemic was a hoax or something not to be worried about. I love you, Mom, and I don't know what type of response you thought this would get. Journalism is supposed to give you information, not push you towards an opinion or make you emotional. This is by far the best response I've read. Calm, level-headed, eye-opening without being accusatory. Great job. I hope it worked for you and your mom began to reflect on herself after reading it. What do you do? Lots of cannabis. At least 4 pots. I'm stoning right now, that's how potted I am. Don't talk about it and tell them not to. If they insist, stay away and tell them why. My sisters and their families are all Trumpers, I am not, nor is my partner. When they start talking politics, I ask them to stop. I actually walked out of restaurant when my 2 sisters wouldn't stop pontificating over lunch. I just stood up and left because I'd asked them repeatedly to change the subject and they would not. I've tried discussing, arguing, even outright fighting with them. Not physically, lol, but nothing works. They won't change and I won't, either. So I draw a line in the sand and I keep to it. If they don't stop, I leave. They're my family and I love them, but I hate that part of them. It's become their whole personality. Younger sister even served Trump brand wine at Thanksgiving. And it's ridiculous. I'm not religious at all, but sometimes I swear Trump is the Antichrist sent to deceive people into following him blindly, worshipping him as their idol. I don't know how Trump even became successful. He's openly a terrible human being. Yep. Set clear boundaries. I was at my 12-year-old nephew's birthday dinner earlier this year and my uncle would not STFU about how great Trump is and how Biden is destroying America. My sister and I made a few anti-Trump comments, and he got mad and told my dad he couldn't believe he'd raised us like this. We all just started laughing at him and my sister told him to remove his Fox News butt plug lol. He was furious and still wouldn't stop. So we collectively just kinda ignored him and changed the subject. And he wondered why he wasn't invited to my wedding. It's amazing how Trumpers can't possibly fathom how anyone could not like Trump. It's like he's Mr. Rogers or something. I tend to get worked up about politics. And my Trump-loving brother knows this, so he goes out of his way to try to goad me. A few years ago I realized it's just not worth it. No one is going to change their mind. So why even bother? I just smile and nod along with whatever he is saying. Literally the most satisfaction I get is when he gets angry because I won't take the bait.